Hey everyone, welcome back to more Transport Fever 2. I hope that everybody is having an absolutely fantastic day, and it's been a few hours, about 6 hours or so, since I released my first episode, and yet no comments. So I had to kind of figure out what to do about this. So I'm looking at you people that have views, which I know there's not many views. I know it's not Red Dead, but and nobody cares about Red Dead anymore. Nobody wants to watch my channel, so this is what it is. So anyway, what we're gonna do is, just by looking at everything, I spent a little bit of time just kind of thinking about what I want to do, and for the most part I was just looking around the map at what we could really do with the different areas, and I think I actually have some ideas. So the first idea that I would have is starting a passenger route. I'm not saying now, because starting a major passenger route is going to cost millions of dollars, and we haven't even paid off our initial loan at all. So we obviously need to make money first, because I feel like establishing that long of a train line is going to cause a lot of problems. Now, let's see. I can't remember how many trains we actually have running on this current line right now. We've got two. One's transporting 42 and one's transporting 56. And what we're doing is... okay. Why is my keys not working all of a sudden? Interesting. And after a quick reset of the game, it seems to now be working, which is good. That's what we would like it to happen. Anyway, I feel like the passenger line would be really profitable, but it's going to cost a lot of money. And I think $5 million isn't anywhere near enough to really establish that line. To give you an example, I was in another free play and I gave myself a lot of cash to basically just do whatever I wanted with, and I think it cost me like about $20 million to like get a really good passenger line established. And I don't obviously have $20 million. I mean, we barely even have 367,000. We can take out a $5 million loan and that's fine, but we need to do something different. So we are starting to get a lot of oil just kind of chilling down here. We have this plant that is obviously accepting it. We've got this station up here, which is producing a lot. So I feel like another big train is in order. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and borrow like 1.8 million. That sounds good. I hope that this is going to be enough. And I don't even know if we have... I can't even remember where we even left off. Okay, so we got only one available type of train. So, and I don't know when the new trains really come out anyway. So we'll have to kind of keep that in mind. But we're going to do just one of these. Now, we could do more to make it a little bit more powerful. Now, this will cost a lot of money, but I know that once trains really start to kind of get more established and we start getting later into the game, like probably like 30 years from now, we should really start to see really good trains starting to come in, and we should move in from, you know, definitely from the steam. Electric's going to take a while, but eventually we'll get into diesel as well. But we're going to be on steam for quite a while. I mean, we're probably going to be using this for the next 50 years at least, would be my guess. But let's go ahead and get cargo. We're going to add, and I'm going to do 56 capacity again right there. And it's 1.88 million, so we need to borrow more. Trains are expensive. So actually, I want to do one more. Make it almost a $2.1 million train. And then we're going to go ahead and put this on the crude to oil refinery line, which is pretty much exactly what it's doing right now anyway. And then we can go ahead and speed up some time. Now, if we really need to a little bit later, what we could do is we could actually go ahead and send the other trains back into the station, which right now. Yeah, I guess they technically could. They could come into the station and then come out this way. But I feel like we're losing like storage capacity. So I think what we need to do is maybe expand the different storage areas a little bit, just so that we can make sure that we're not losing out on any product that's just going to be chilling here. We want to be able to store as much as possible in the grand scheme of things, just so that we can make as much money as we possibly can over time. So the other thing that I just wanted to mention, I struggled very much today. The computer needed to update the graphics cards. I had to restart the computer. We obviously had the issue with my thing. Let's just pray for no more issues going on. That would be absolutely fantastic. Now, which train is this one? Train number 2. So this is the little bit bigger of a train. We have the really small one. We got the mid-size, which is that one that just left the station. It's profitable, almost making $1 million right now, which is great. And then we got the really big one, which can carry like 70 cargo. I think that's what it was, 70, right? And here comes train number... Oh, here comes the big train. And here it is. 63. So I thought I did one more, but maybe I didn't. Okay, whatever. And what's nice about these is we can always expand them a little bit too, but we won't want to like expand them too much so that they really slow down. Oh, this... Oh, no, that's fine. Okay, so we got... Yeah, this is that really small one. That's not transporting anything right now. So, yeah, this would be an opportunity to get that one into the station, upgrade it, and whatever we need to do. The other thing that I want to take a look at is I just want to take a look at our condition. Our trains are pretty much great, and then all of our road vehicles that we have down, well, up here and down at the southern area are a little bit lackluster. Ooh, wow, we just took a lot of oil from here. So how much is piling up over here? Do we have enough? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and buy, say, 3 more, which we can't even afford that. Okay. Well, there we go. And we'll send that to these right here. And then we need to slowly start upgrading our platform. Well, we already got another 154 units there, so it's not terrible. All right, so we've got this train, and where's the other one? This train. I mean, they are almost all down there. So we're gonna dump a ton of oil down here. They have no oil stored. Well, they're gonna get a ton of oil here because there's 3 trains coming. And wow, look at that. Look at that profit. 900,000. All right, so what I want to do is I would like to make the storage capacity on our stands a little bit bigger. So we're gonna go ahead and click on here. Now, the other thing that I had to figure out what to do is I need to figure out how to do the platforms a little bit better, like how to get more... I'd like to get more tracks on here, but I can't figure out, and I did this in the other testing world, where I was trying to figure out how to get like multiple tracks into a station, but they don't seem to use them, which is kind of weird, and I don't really know why. So maybe we should try that. We got $2 million all of a sudden. That is fantastic. So if we do a couple tracks like this, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna just kind of like slow down the game just really slowly. We need to come over here and we're gonna bulldoze. You know, actually that I think is okay. Can we connect it to that as well? I want to see if this works. Then I want this track to come across as well. How can we do that? Something like this? Well, it's a little bit, I kind of messed up that curvature. I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but I would like it to. I just can't believe we got just like $2 million like that. Wow, we can just replay. Talk about profit. Oh. Wow, we bought a brand new train for $2 million and we paid off $500,000 cash already on our loan. This is a great start to the episode. Only like 10 minutes in. Great. All right. So what I would like to do, I was looking at all the different cities. I'm gonna let these trains actually go ahead and operate for a little bit so we can actually go ahead and generate some income. But we got Arlington, which is pretty much the only city that's on this side, which are the furthest south city on this side of the main river. And I'm calling this section right here the main river. And then it goes up all the way up here. And then it's really massive, wide, like right in the middle. And then it continues all the way up. So it's like literally split right up the middle for the most part. So, and I was just looking at the map a little bit more, and I was like, okay, well, what can we do with this? So my original intentions were to send, you know, the fuel from here to here, but I found a city like way in the north that accepts it. And for whatever reason, the further that you send stuff, then you can actually go, oh, and of course we'll get a brand new train right after we just bought the other one. Of course we would. But we get paid really good. So we have Stamford, and we also have Ann Arbor way up here, which could make, I mean, one side of this map all the way up to the other side. Now that's going to take a long time, and the operational cost, especially at the beginning, is going to be absurd. I mean, we're going to spend so much money trying to get a train from way down. I wish I don't even remember the name of the city. What was it? All the way back down to the bottom. Arlington, all the way up to Ann Arbor. I mean, that's a long track. But what I was thinking about is look at all the different cities that we have. We have Sterling Heights right here, which I can easily, you know, take off of this main track and come this way and put a train station right here. But we could also have a bypass line for trains that won't be passenger trains, that they could just easily just get past this area and not even worry about stopping, which would be really, really nice, because that would be what we want them to do. So we have that city there, then we have San Diego, and we also have Tempe. Now, unfortunately, I don't think it would be wise for me to go like this and then back over and up. So what I might have to do is have a line, and I really don't know how to do this except for come through here and then have a like a Y junction or a T junction, I guess, right in this area. So it would come up here, there'd be another spot in Tempe, but then there would also be a branch that would come off this way and also come this way. So we could send a train, you know, back and forth. Now, or what we could do is we could use kind of like San Diego as a hub, and we could have trains going to the north, and we could have trains going to the south. So now the only other thing is I put this this railway line on the coast. I might have to eventually maybe redo it so that it goes through Oxnard and then kind of up. So it'd kind of go this way. And we could still use this track, but for passenger line, we would want to go kind of up and around, I think. Or we could just dig all this out, get some of it money back, and we'd be fine. Wow, 1.7 million already. Wow, we are just, I think by the end of this episode, we're going to pay off our entire loan. We are making so much money off this oil. It is ridiculous. There's 180 there. There's 192 there. And we've got 642. That's roughly 160 units that we could send with our 3 trains. Okay. Wow, that's, and we just made another $1 million. We pay that. Yeah, this is going to be done in absolutely no time. Did a train just get here? Or is it delivering it up to the fuel area? It must be delivering it up to the fuel area. And this is the other thing that I want to try to avoid with expanding the tracks, like I was mentioning down here, is because right now only one train can go through a station at a time, and I really want them to be able to not have to like cross into each other. That would be ideal. So maybe let's work on this one here. I mean, we've got, well, right now we don't really have a lot of money, but we're gonna make a lot of money right now with this train that's coming in. 800,000. We will take it. Okay, so let's see if we can slow down time just a little bit here. And let's get the track from there to there. Then from here to there. But we also want it to... We also need a crossover from here to there as well. Just in case they need to get around and they can come through and then they can come back around. Too much curvature. Nope, that's not gonna work. Do I have to move that one? Oh, that's not gonna work. What the heck? Why is this one? Oh, that was weird. Okay, well, that's not good. Can we bypass this without actually hitting... That might be literally in the most perfect spot. Now this one obviously is not. We're gonna put this one here, and then we can get rid of this. Oh, that just like jumped. Okay, so it's coming into the station here, and that's to bypass the line. Interesting. So why is it coming on that side? Now it should cross over right here. Nice. Because yeah, it doesn't need to stop in the station, that's why. Okay. Alright, so I'm trying to figure some things out. Now we have we have 168 up here being produced. So we have $420,000, so let's configure this. Let's take a look at the cargo buildings. And that can't fit there, that's way too big. That's way too big. This can fit there. And what does this hold? 30 more cargo. This is 80. Huh. That would be nice if we could actually... Interesting. So we're gonna have to go with these. So these are 30 additional for 20 grand a piece, basically. Now we should be able to store a lot of crude oil here. Nice. I like that. All right, how about down here? Well, this isn't really producing anything, so we don't need to worry about that right now. But I would like to consider making a line all the way up there. That's what I'd like to do in hopefully the next 10 minutes or so, and we'll just kind of work on that. All right, so we got configure this. We're gonna go here. That doesn't even fit down here. This is too close to the road. That's... Even the small ones don't fit here? Wow, okay. Alright, we're gonna have to go with the small ones then. I bet we could have fit the... I bet we could have done the bigger ones down here, no problem. Can we fit another one right there? Yes. There, now we got this big thing. Lovely. I like it. Now this thing should be able to produce and store a lot more. Now let's go and take a look at our condition. Bad. So we got a couple that will have to be replaced probably relatively soon. Wow, we just got 3 million. We could pay off our entire loan already. Wow. Episode 2, are making pretty good money. Now we're gonna spend a lot of money. So I'm gonna put train stations in all of the cities so I have an idea of where they're gonna be. Now I'm gonna be spending money, and then I'm gonna also be wasting money because we're gonna have the upkeep on the expenses, but it is something that eventually I want to be able to do. So if we can at least get the infrastructure in here, I think that would be ideal. Now I think I do want to use this line. I still would like to get over to Oxnard. I think that would be really good for us to go Arlington, Oxnard, and at least kind of like Sterling Heights. And then we got Tempe. And then we're going to go all the way up to Bolanis, then New Orleans, and then Stamford. And then that's kind of like the route. We're going to go all through all of those cities in order to make this make this work. But we also have oil wells here, which I would like to kind of come over into this area, kind of come up this way. And then also, if we want to be able to branch over here and make a stop here and make a nice big stop, say in Mesquite, so that passengers can change what rail they're going to be on. So Mesquite could become a big city for different areas. And then obviously on this side we'd have Independence, Provo, we got Riverside, Ann Arbor, and then from Stamford we'll actually probably just swing this around and go over to West City. So really the only city that we're missing out on is Lansing and this one. I don't even know how to technically pronounce that one. And then that's the only ones that we'd be missing on this side. And then we would go Independence down to Chattanooga, down to Arkin, and then down to Tallahassee, and then probably down to Torrance, Pasadena. And then I feel like on this side we might have to have a line that will split so that we could come up to Elk Grove, Midland, Elmore, and Santa Clara. And then I guess Tallahassee would be a big hub because then we could just link it up to this way. So that way, all the cities eventually would be able to be connected with passenger routes eventually. But all right, so let's keep this to a minimum. I guess let's go medium speed. And we are definitely running out of time with this, so we're gonna go buildings and we're gonna put a passenger route because obviously we don't need anything that's not a passenger route right here, but we do need to build a road so that you come over to this area. So that's gonna, wow, okay, there was some lag there. And how about if we just kind of go up like this? Then this is where the train station could come on to. So let's do a train station here. And obviously we need to try to connect it. There we go. And so we got the passenger terminal there. And then we're gonna come up to Tempe, and I feel like having it like on this side of the city, so maybe putting a road right here. We'll do something like that, and then we'll go with something like, I guess something like that. Spend some money on Tempe a little bit. Then obviously this will help the growth of the cities too, which is ideal. And that's $200,000 there. That's Tempe. And then we want to run a rail line over here. And then this would be a cargo hub right here. Is there any more oil? There's one way up here. Okay, so yeah, we'll just do cargo one here. That is the cargo one, right? Okay, make sure that I'm actually grabbing the right one. We got cargo there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and maybe just kind of finish this up a little bit, and then that way you can see what the line looks like here in just a moment. All right, so we have a little bit of an interesting like intersection right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna completely redesign all of this, and we're gonna spend the money to do that. Because we need to put in a cargo line right here. And then we can flip this around. Oh, it's actually almost perfect. Something like that. And then I'm gonna have, I guess, this road kind of just connect right into this one. And then this one will actually... We want curve. So we're obviously spending money on refixing this entire area. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring this road, I think, over here. Which obviously is going to cost us a lot of money, but right now we don't have a loan, so I'm actually okay with this. So there we go. So obviously we redid this area a little bit, and then we'll have access to that now. Is there another one nearby? That one. That's really far though, to go from here all the way up to there. Yikes. Okay, well maybe we won't be using that one. And then we got New Orleans, and then I'm just going to continue working on this. So I have done the entire infrastructure. We've connected up with all the railroad tracks. Now I've had to do some kind of interesting things because I did put the stations on opposite sides of each other. So there are times where it has to cross over and use the other side of the track for a little bit, and then kind of goes through the station, and then kind of just continues on from there. So it's going to be a little bit of a mess towards each of these stations, and that's perfectly fine. We want to go around them as best as we possibly can, but it goes all the way up through most of the cities, and all the way up to Stamford, which is pretty crazy. And we have passenger routes, and then we got cargo routes along the way. And we took out a loan for 2 million. And I still have 8 million left, and we're gonna have to get a few trains on this. So what I need to do is put some signals down, and I'm running out of time very, very quickly. So I think the start of the next episode is going to be us purchasing the trains for this. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what we're going to be doing here. So obviously what we need to do is go into each of these stations, and we need to do tracks on each of them. And now what we need to do is come in here and grab our tracks, and we need to connect these up. But what is going to be interesting is I need to come back a little bit with this one, is it needs to come back and connect to each other. So it's going to be a mess, I think. I feel like the track is just going to be everywhere. No matter what I do, it's just not going to be the greatest. So like that's just, this one's too close. So let's I'm struggling with making this work the way that I want it to. All right, this is gonna take some thinking. We want to come kind of past it a little bit, maybe. And then we'll connect this one here. This one there. And we got multiple tracks, and then we gotta do the same thing on this side. So we need to come to the other side of this street. And then we're gonna have to get rid of this as much as we can. And I'm gonna have to do this all the way down, pretty much in every single connection that I've created to make this thing work. And it's just gonna be a mess of track. But don't we want this to be able to go forward too? Oh man. I feel like I've messed this up so bad. This side has... No, this side can't go straight either. Ooh, this is gonna take some serious planning. And I think we might have to wait for that for the next episode. But yeah, we've spent a lot of money I don't really have, on a big risk. See if we actually make any future money. But hopefully you guys do enjoy the videos so far. If you guys do, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, all that other good stuff. And then until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing, because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming.